Alright, welcome to the video. In this one we're going to be discussing a 3-2-3 defensive formation in 9v9. Okay, this is, as I mentioned, my preferred system when defending. And again, that's typically because most teams are going to play a 3, we're blue, they're red. Most teams are going to play a 3-2-3 offensively. So in my opinion, it's just easier to match and just go the system that they're playing, and that way we're man for man all over the field at 9v9. Okay, I like this because it puts responsibility on the players as they know who their direct opponent is going to be 95+% of the time. They know exactly where he should be, where the movements are, things like that, because they're matched up. Right? When you play a counter formation to the opponent, it can be harder because then you don't always know. You have to play more of a zone, and you don't know who's going to be where. So just introducing the concept, this is my favorite preference. Now, if the opponent plays a different formation, I will probably match, but just 9 times out of 10, the teams are going to play a 3-2-3 from my experience of playing 9v9. Okay, so I'm going to slow the speed down again for you, and we're going to walk through this from the defending standpoint. Okay, so and let me discuss real quick a couple of scenarios like in 7v7. We're going to either find out teams play from the back or they're going to play kickball. Most teams that I play against play kickball, but I'm going to show you both scenarios. So the first one I'm going to do is when the team tries to play out from the back. So they're going to probably drop, and this is what I would typically see, 3 players into the zone, and then they're going to have like this, and then it'll make almost a back 4 with the goalkeeper. Okay, so and they can have the 5 and they can have the 5 come a little bit wider because the 6 is here, but it's just again a general sketch for you. Okay, because we're focusing on defending, so we're focusing on the blue players defending. Okay, so if we know a team's going to play from the back, if they're good from playing from the back, we want to try and press them right away. For sure, if we know they're good from playing from the back, we want to press right away. And that's simply because we don't want them to build the rhythm. Now, if they're beating us when we high pressure, then we might drop the line. But just as a starting point, if we know they're okay or good at playing out of the back, we want to squeeze. Because we don't want to get them comfortable in the game to be able to pass and move it, pass and move it. If they're not so good, then the same thing, we want to pressure. So either way, we want to pressure unless we're getting beat on the high press, which then we'll drop the line, and you're going to see this later in the video, but just to give you an idea how this would look like. Okay, so we'll let them play out. They play that first one, and then we want to jump all over them. So you can see the goalkeeper plays to the right center back, the 4. The 9 is coming in to cut the passes across. We don't want the passes to go to cross because this makes the play predictable, which means this player cannot go this way. They have to go this way. Right, so everybody's going to know where the ball should go next. It limits options. So here he doesn't really have a scenario because the 11 is screening this, so the only thing he can do is play long. But if they're trying to play out of the back, we try to man mark, and this allow. And what I want you to notice is because if the 9 can cut these passes, the 7 can come inside to help press in this area. Okay, because he can't pass here. This pass is no longer available. So they have to pass in here, or diagonally out, which will be very hard at this age. Okay, so you can see here now the ball goes into the 8. We want to try and squeeze hard. Right? At this point, we should almost be able to double because of the way the player is facing, their body position. So the 10 goes to pressure, the 8 might come, and the 7 gets tighter to put even more. Okay, maybe we ask the 9 to come in or the 11. So you can see here, if we do our job, either we'll win the ball right here or they have to play negative again. And if they have to play negative again, that's still us doing our job because they're no longer playing forward. We're preventing the attack from moving forward. Okay, and then a lot of teams will do this because of the numerical superiority that we have here with 5 players, and they have maybe 3. They'll look and play long like this. They'll go long. We're able to regain possession. I mean, they might win it, but in this scenario, I give us the ball. Okay, and then I restart the attack, and then watch. We regain possession. We transition into that 2-3-3 scenario. So here, they drop. The 6 can kind of hold their position. The 10 and the 8 push up, 11, 7 go wide, 9 goes high. Okay, now I'm freezing here because I want you to see we're giving the ball back because this is a defending scenario. So the ball goes back and then we go into our defensive position. So now we're going to assume that the opponent is going to play kickball. Because of this, what I like to do is I encourage our team to stay deeper, right, and the midfield line to stay deeper, and I'll even have, for example, the 11 and 7 drop in to help, because they're just going to boot it. So we want to be protected in this scenario. Okay, so we're going to see here they're leaving their back line higher. We drop off. The first couple of times the goalie will usually play it long, but then what will happen is because we've dropped off so much, we're encouraging them to now pass to one of these three players. And no joke, I've seen this 100 times. The goalkeeper will pass to the 6 when the 6 is facing their own goal. So they're literally facing this way towards the goal, right? And that's really bad because they only have one option and should only have one option, which is to play the ball back to the goalkeeper. But a lot of them, because they're not taught correctly, will try and turn, and it's a great scenario for us to pressure. Okay, so you'll see here, that's exactly what I'm talking about because they don't really have an area to play too long. Right? We have the numbers. They play short. When they play this short ball to a player like this, we want to jump this fast. Okay? So I'm showing you the scenario where they play long, but we have the numbers around. Okay? So I just did it where they went to the number 10. I'm giving the ball back again. And so now you're going to see the scenario when we play, or they play into the 6 right here when they're facing their own goal. So they play it, we recognize, and immediately we go to jump it. Because this player's facing their goalkeeper. Right? All the numbers step up. Even the goalkeeper in a second should step up. They get the ball. Oh, sorry, hold on, let me freeze that frame again for you. Okay, so you can see it here. That ball's going to him. And we want to jump like this. Now, obviously, the red pieces are going to move. But this player, if they're facing their own goal, should only be able to play back. But you can see how far we're able to push up and squeeze. Which means we might catch players offside, so on and so forth, okay? But a lot of times we'll see this player here either try and play out to the side, which means they're under pressure, or try and turn, and then they're really in trouble because we're all right here. Okay, and that's all us pressing here in that 3-2-3 formation. Okay, and that's the end of the clip. So hopefully you've enjoyed this. Hopefully this makes more sense of why we do things, and I'll see you in the next video.